There is an internet version of the 5D awakening, of the 5D shift. And in that internet version, people talk about signs, about symptoms of this awakening, of that shift to the fifth dimension. And these usually are things like angel numbers, ear ringing, butterflies landing on you, feeling high vibe. And yes, these can happen. But the thing is, they are not the real signs of you shifting and expanding your consciousness to 5D. If you are here, you know already that your awakening is real. And today I want to share with you the actual 5D symptoms that almost no one talks about and why they feel nothing like the superficial TikTok spirituality symptoms people talk about. And there's one mistake nearly everyone makes during that shift, and that is actually stopping your awakening, stopping you from getting into that higher consciousness. And I will explain that in a moment. And you know, I thought that I was breaking down, that I was losing all my spiritual evolution until I understood the real symptoms of 5D, the real symptoms of awakening and of raising your consciousness. And once I understood these, everything changed. And that's why I'm doing this video for you right now. Oh, and at the end of the video, I will give you a few steps so that you can go through that awakening with more clarity and more strength. Let's get into the real signs. And while you watch all these signs, write in the comments down below, what signs are you experiencing? Sign number 1 is emotional purges without a clear trigger. So you suddenly cry, you suddenly feel bad, you suddenly feel emotions releasing from you. And sometimes this feels like emotions that are not even yours. This is energy moving. This is you awakening. This is you cleansing yourself from your stored emotions, but also from emotions that you picked up from others. Sign number 2 is the identity collapse stage. So nothing feels like you anymore. So you surely will go through at least one identity collapse stage where nothing feels like you anymore. Your relationship interests, your roles that you are showing the world, you collapse. Your identity collapses. And this leads to the next huge sign that you need to know. But before that, I want to tell you about the mistake that I was talking about, that many do and that slows down your shift. It just slows down your shift. And that is, many people in that stage try to avoid emotional collapse. They see their symptoms as failing, as not being good enough, as not being spiritual enough, as not going through a consciousness shift. So many people that are spiritual and that are going through a consciousness upgrading, they make that really big mistake of trying to stay positive and high vibe the whole time because they think that this is the way to raise consciousness, which is not. You can't ignore the darkness, the shadow, the moments in you that don't feel good. If you ignore them, well, you are not raising high, because to raise high, you have to root really deep. So don't be that person that tries to raise the vibration, but instead try to let this identity collapse work through you. Allow it to be. And now sign number 3, that goes hand in hand with the sign before, is that there's a loss of desire for things you once chased. You once loved that job. You once wanted that career. You once wanted to be with that kind of person. You wanted that house. You wanted this and that. And now you're not interested in it anymore. You don't chase it anymore. You may like it and say, well, okay, if it comes to me, it's fine. If not, I don't care. You don't desire the same things anymore than before. Sign number 4 is sudden exhaustion that forces you to rest. You know what I mean, right? You feel tired. People put it on the moon, say, well, the moon is like this and that, Mercury retrograde, whatever. And this is true. But when you go through that shift to the 5th dimension, from 3D to 5D, you will have these moments of complete exhaustion where you just want to sleep, maybe to cry and to rest. And you should do it. Sign number 5 is womb sensation or lower body activation. And with that, I mean beginning to feel that you are whole body, not just up here, not just super spiritual, all these upper chakras, no, also the lower ones, because shifting to high consciousness is also about incarnation, about real incarnation. And when you have all these chakras in line and all are strong and open, then you're stable. Then you can really raise your energy and keep it, like Mother Earth is doing, and hold it. But if you're just up here, like all these symptoms that I talked about, these internet, TikTok symptoms that are ringing in the ears, seeing 11:11, these are all things that have to do with your upper chakras. You see things, you hear things, but real evolution and real higher consciousness is absolutely completely here. Because if it's all up here, you will not be in balance. And you will eventually fall down. Sign number 6 is heightened truth sensitivity. You can't tolerate superficial conversations or inauthenticity. It is like you have this BS detector now. You just know when things are not real. You know when things are not good for you. You know when people lie. Sign number 7 is shadow resurfacing intensely. Yes, old wounds, fears, or patterns come up so that they can be released. I always say that. And in my healings, that's what we do. Bringing up those shadows, bringing up those stored emotions, these traumas, ancestral traumas, past life, whatever. All these things come up for a reason, for you to release it, for you to heal them. And this terrifies people that expect only high vibes. 5th dimension, only high vibes. When I go from 3D to 5D, only high vibes. That's not how it works. That's not how it works, my loves. It's just not how it works. And that's fine that way. We are not just high vibe. We are whole. We are completely whole. And that's why these things come up. So for you to heal them and to become who you really are. Sign number 8 that you are shifting to the 5th dimension is sleep pattern chaos. You wake up in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. or whenever, and you have sudden downloads, memories, emotional waves. So your sleep could be interrupted, your sleep pattern. It could be that you just don't sleep like before. Sign number 9 is loss of tolerance for certain foods. Yes, this one is strange, but it happens. And that is that you don't like certain foods anymore. Not that you don't like it, but you can't handle it anymore. You don't feel like using it anymore. So for me, that was coffee. I could not drink coffee anymore, even if I loved it. But I really felt so terrible, so sick. So I had to stop. And for you, this could be anything, really anything. It could be from healthy things like apples to unhealthy things like meat or like chocolate. It could be anything. Your body is adapting to what it really wants and what it really likes. And sign number 10 is timeline disorientation. And what do I mean by that? Is that time sometimes feels like it flies by. 5 hours feel like half an hour. A whole day seems so short. Or the other way, 1 hour feels like a lifetime. And this happens because time doesn't exist. And when you shift to a higher dimension, to a higher consciousness, to the 5th dimension, you begin to understand and to really feel that. To feel that time is just an illusion. And now I just want to give you 4 steps that you can take so that everything gets much easier. Number 1 is allow the collapse. Allow that things change. Number 2 is ground into your body, not your mind, and listen to it. It's not all up here. Listen to your body. Listen, if you need rest, rest. If you need movement, move. If you need food, eat. And also ground yourself as often as you can. Go out in nature. Step number 3 is to treat your path as unique. It's not a trend. Just because someone else hears ringing in the ear and you don't, it doesn't mean that you are not shifting. Step number 4 is realness over perfection. Just be yourself. And all these steps are also really important in my healing sessions, where we release what blocks your awakening. So whatever comes up, we will release it so that it helps you to manifest what you want, so that it helps you to heal the things that come up and have to be healed. Well, all of this. I put the links to the healing sessions in the description down below. I can't wait to work with you. Thank you for being here, and I see you in the next one. Bye.